living the dream.
Yeah, it is. Memories for a lifetime, but I don't know if I would have let the Big Ten crew into my... One thing for sure, the bed wouldn't have been made.
One of the
clean
featured
in
matchups in this duel. Luke Pletcher ranked #1 in the country for Ohio State, undefeated. Two-time All-American out of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And the Big Ten Wrestler of the Week in Tristan Moran, a pair of big victories last week against McKee and Red.
Well,
contrasting styles here.
No question about it. And this guy is a premier finisher, I think, in the country in a lot of respects. A quick takedown right there, but he's going to get it anyway. Luke Pletcher, and they're going to go ahead and challenge that. And if you challenge the takedown when it was given, I think they could probably go back and, you know, it'd be interesting how they call that, because he eventually got the takedown.
Challenge from the Wisconsin corner. J.R. Johnson and Eric Lurkey will look that over.
And you were alluding to it here, Shane, on the open of the match, that you know, contrast the styles. I really believe that Pletcher, he had a lot of close matches, and in the beginning of his career, maybe partway through his sophomore year, but boy, he started opening it up, and particularly last season. And this year, it's all offense. And you know, we'll take a look at the finish. Now I'm going to take you back to a match where I think he really changed his a lot of things up for the positive last year. It was last year's Penn State match. You see the limp arm right there, and then he comes right back in and picks the knee, comes right through, and he's just airtight around the hips. See how Moran cannot really address that. Now he pops him up. He never allows his ankles to get captured in a shot position. Nobody rolls after him because he keeps great pressure, shoulder pressure up into your chest. When you see how he's moving up right there, and I take you back to last year Penn State meet. You know, that was a big match for Ohio State, and Pletcher gets beat by Roman Bravo Young on that roll through in overtime. Yeah, see how he gave the takedown is right. Maybe a little early right there. That didn't really have it, but he eventually got it. So it'd be interesting how they call that. But I want to take you back to last year. He got beat on a roll through, but it never happened again the next time they wrestled. They got back in the same shot, and he made the adjustment every time, and he got better and better. And so I really see a lot of nice progression on his finishes, and it's really helping him in this season where he's ranked #1 in the country.
I remember that match. That's where he had a great shot, got him up in the air.
Had him all the way up in the air.
Exactly.
And stayed on the hips tight, but when you bring a guy down when you take a guy off the mat, you have to slide up on his upper body so he doesn't roll through. You have to stay on you move from the hips up to the upper body, and that's the transition he made. And that's why Roman Bravo Young was able to roll through on it. But it never happened again. And he got in there in 2 more matches and made the difference.
Tom Ryan said he's a student of the sport. You hear the Badger fans, they take the 2 off the board.
Yeah, because they've got to go back to the moment when it was offered up.
Luke Pletcher, Jim, such a complete wrestler, as fundamentally sound as anybody in the country. Does a great job on his feet, and I'm always super impressed with his work on the mat.
One more look at it right there in the limp through. Moran squares up. See how he's trying to switch back into him, but he can't really, gets the legs back away. Now he was giving up the 2 early right there, and now when he does collect the 2 that he wants, see how where the shoulders is up by the armpit there when he finishes?
And that's a real break for Tristan Moran.
No question about it.
Because he was going to get that takedown had action continued, of course.
Pretty much. I agree with you. Ohio State gets a warning.
Believe you get 2 of those before it's a team point. So 2:37 on the clock in this first period. Pletcher, 2-time All-American. He's been 4th the past 2 seasons. 2-time Big Ten finalist. Runner-up on both occasions. Won the Cliff Keen once again. He has been an absolute terror.
Right there, once again, now working on a mat return. Nice job of settling back on that Granby roll through. Excellent finish. You know, and And Moran's the type of guy that if something feels easy, then you're probably walking into a trap.
Saw a funny interview with Luke Pletcher on Ohio State's website. He was excited to wrestle here because he knew of all the hype on Wisconsin wrestling. And the reason why is because he follows Wisconsin wrestling on Twitter. He goes, I don't know why I do, but I do. And I saw they're making a pretty big deal of the match.
A lot of good content out there. They're program building. Nice job there with that snatch single there to the right side. Clubbing the head, getting a quick angle, and he just drove him through.
Second takedown of the match, 4-1 for Pletcher. Had that huge win against Dom Demas of Oklahoma at the Michigan State Open. Demas then ranked #1. 4-2. A crazy scramble to beat Real Woods of Stanford in the duel at Ohio State. Other than that, really hasn't been tested.
Nice shot there. Nice high crotch shot. Now watch him work the crack back there. Now he's going to try to shelf that leg on his left, that foot there on his left leg. So he's going to try to step through now. And now look to, I think he's going to, oh, he turned back around the other direction. Great job. He doesn't end up in a lot of, face to shoelace type of scrambles. That's not his game. He does a good job of sensing those type of positions and collects points.
Up from 133 a year ago, and this season at 141, he looks great, he feels great. Just not dealing with that weight cut, more of a focus on his technique.
Yeah, but we were privy to be up in the wrestling room. He's a runner. He gets a few miles in for every match, and he was on a treadmill. Looked like he was putting 2 or 3 road miles in here before this match. So he still likes to get that workout in. Now a little bar tilt right there. He's got the wrist.
His last 5 matches, Jim, he's put 78 points on the board. Wow. Just a ton of points. Super offensive.
Stand up. Stand up with it.
Riding their edge of the mat. Riding time over a minute at 1:20. Final 10 seconds here in this opening period.
Yeah, you take a look at his situation here. You mentioned putting up the points. He's already got 6 right now with 3 takedowns. And, Moran has had a good week of wrestling. Let's take a look at his first 2 takedowns. Right? Coming with that over collar, counters back, snatches the leg, almost gets the cradle. Now it's all about mat return right there. He feels him coming back. You notice how he gave ground? When you got a head behind the toes, you got to take him back, and that's exactly what Pletcher did. And this is just a snatch single and drive through.
Take it off. Snap.
Pletcher doubling up Moran, 6-3.
More so than early in his career, he's getting better angles on his shot. You really watched Luke Pletcher in the beginning, and he had a lot of this type of action where he's, I'd say, both sets of feet on the railroad tracks, they can't get good angles. You saw an example of that right there where he's really focusing on getting good angles on his counter shots.
Moran getting an opportunity here at Wisconsin. He came from Oklahoma State where he was behind 2-time national champion Dean Heil.
Wow, double.
Man.
See if he limps the arm out, limps the right arm out. That's pretty tight.
He just doesn't hesitate on his finishes.
No. You're exactly right. He limps that right arm out. Now he's in a position to go ahead and collect some back points if he can keep that.
Moran's got to be careful.
Hook leg there elevated right there. He's pretty good right here. He's going to focus on tightening up the leg a little bit. See how that leg is tightened up? Now he's all about, hasn't got the points yet. Right there. I think it took a while, but because Pletcher wanted more. He wanted to work that bottom leg turn.
Stayed patient, settles for the takedown eventually. Controlling this match here at 141, Luke Pletcher. He'll be a force to be reckoned with here in the Big Ten and at the national tournament in Minneapolis in March.
Now working that near wrist.
There's a stall call.
Moran, yeah.
Ohio State needs this victory from Pletcher. They need some bonus points, trailing Wisconsin 7-0. Tom Ryan, what a job he's done at Ohio State, now in his 14th year. Won that national title in 2015. They've been the runner-up to Penn State the last 3 years. Model of consistency.
No question about what he's been able to do at Ohio State. The total program right now, a lot of things working their way.
There's a shot from Moran below the knee.
Yeah, you're going to see the flexibility of Pletcher. He's got that far ankle trap right now. So they're in a situation where they're scrambling here. Now Moran is able to get his head up a little bit, and he's able to collect the points, but oh, wow, this
what a
powerful lower body to be able to step out of that position by Pletcher. Didn't panic either.
A little reminiscent of the match with Real Woods. I mean, Pletcher, so tough to score on, and he doesn't hesitate, right back with another leg attack.
He shelved that ankle again. Now he's coming back to the limp. Well done. Everything's airtight.
Do you see a hole in his game, Jim?
I think about that. You know, that was the... You'd certainly have to get in really, really good shape to go with him. You'd have to anticipate his shots. You know, at this stage right now, I don't see any holes in it. It's just a matter of he's just got to keep on shooting and not allow guys to tie him up. And that's kind of what happened in that match against Stanford. It took him a long time to get to his offense.
Tight waist. 30 seconds away from a major decision. His riding time goes over 3 minutes. That's locked up. So he'll look to ride out Moran and get the major. And if you're Moran right here, 20 seconds, find a way to get one.
Yep, the question is that 11-3 score, so you've got an 8-point differential. You're battling over a team point here in the last 20 seconds.
Where's the consistency? Be fair.
Pletcher covers. Quickly to his feet. Here's where Pletcher, very strong on a mat return. Going to take him to the edge. A roll from Moran.
That shoulder roll very well. Notice how he sprawls back, right? When he sprawls back, he has all his weight on his opponent's Achilles heel right there and can't really kick him off. Well done.
Luke Pletcher of Ohio State, the major decision. Remains undefeated on the season, improving to 17-0. Impressive performance